I think the reach back is both the most over-talked aspect of the throw, but also the most overlooked aspect of the throw. I mean that there used to be a fundamental rule that the further you reach back with the disc, with the hand, the more power you get to your throw out. Now, I don't believe that is necessarily the case, because the further you reach back, the more you end up usually rounding, meaning this, when you throw. I think we don't need to reach back, but we need to reach out. Because when we reach out, we create more of a whip motion that brings the disc in, and then we can sling it out also easier. If we reach back too much, we risk rounding. Now, how to reach out to avoid rounding? Well, I got this idea from watching Albert Tamm. He is arguably one of the best drivers on tour, definitely one of the biggest arms disc golf has ever seen. Of course, there are many aspects in his throw, but I think the reach out is sublime in Albert Tamm's form. Take a look at the form. Now, when he reaches, seems like the arm has done the work pretty early. From that point on, the arm is not moving back anymore, because as he takes the stride, he continues to coil with the upper body. Now, when the arm stays in place and the upper body coils, the arm reaches out almost automatically. So when you coil and keep the arm in place, you reach out. Now, I think reaching out is super hard to do when you only think about the arm. If you think about the arm reaching out while you coil, that might be difficult, because you're thinking two opposite motions at the same time. You reach out and coil. Move the arm here and the body here. You can do that, but I'm too simple of a man to think two opposite motions at the same time. It's like doing this. I can't do that. If we want to reach out, like I see, and I think Albert Tamm is doing here, we need to think about the old pec stretch we've all done probably in our gym classes, or if not in our gym classes, in our own gym workouts. Grab the pole, any pole. We are in the reach back position here. If you think that we're throwing there, arm stays here, and we coil like this. What happens is that even if we're here and we go forward like this and push the chest back, we reach out. Now, if we change the disc to the place of the post, we get a proper reach out. If you compare it to a reach back where you try to push the disc backwards as you coil, this happens too easily. And now we are behind the body, and now the shoulder relation to the chest collapses and we start rounding. If we push the chest back while keeping the disc in place like this, we open the space between the chest and the bicep and the shoulder joint. Here we have a lot more space to do the pocketing and the swing out, which then makes it a lot smoother for the disc to travel to the pocket and out. This is how I gained 5 feet to my throw. And if you look at the previous one, which I posted on my Instagram, by the way, you can follow me also on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me on YouTube and like this video. You see on this video, which is 503 foot long throw, I'm bordering on rounding. And this happens to me quite often, even if I get a good shot and it goes straight and flies smoothly and whatever. When I'm under pressure, too often happens that I'm pushing the disc with my body like this when I coil, and now I end up rounding. When I changed this mindset to only focus on the chest pushing out and keeping the arm in place, I get a lot more space here. Naturally, I'm not as good as Albert Tamm, almost no one is, but I still could get a little bit more space between the bicep, the shoulder joint, and the chest, so that I got a little bit easier pocket, and then I could sling out. Please don't pay attention to my leg work. It's pretty awful. I haven't done any hip work in a year, and it starts to show. I don't have the capability to brace properly at the moment, and even without a proper brace, I can sling a 510 footer with no wind to speak of. If I had the same wind that I had in this previous video of the 503 footer, probably I would have shot 520, 530, even longer. So even if I got only 5 feet compared to the previous one, it felt smoother, and I could repeat this kind of shot many times over without feeling that I'm rounding. To reach out like Albert Tamm, keep the arm in place and try to push your chest like this inside the shoulders, and then you create a lot more space for you to sling out. So naturally, I don't know if this helps you or not. If it doesn't, there are plenty other videos you can check. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, maybe a nice comment, or just check another video. Happy off season, fellas. Stay disc golfing. Bye.